Good morning, everybody, respected OCA, CCT members, my fellow role takers, and all the Smartians. As a self-decided speaker, I knew I get to choose a topic on my own, and I've been wanting to speak on this topic, perspective and perception. It is because people usually tend to confuse the two, and consequently, these terms are misunderstood. If you search for the literal meaning of these words in dictionary, then perception is the ability to see, to hear, and to become aware of something through your senses, while perspective is a particular point of view. Perception is natural, it is default, and it is limited by your senses visually, auditorily, or kinesthetically. If a person knows you the way you think, the way you behave, then he or she can easily guess how you'll act on a situation. Thus, he or she can guess your perception. It is predictable. However, on the other hand, perspective is unpredictable. It is the ability to see yourself from someone else's point of view. So if a person knows you the way you behave, the way you think, he or she can easily guess how you'll act on a situation. They can guess your perception. Thus, it is predictable. On the other hand, perspective is unpredictable. It is the ability to see yourself from someone else's point of view. If you take a look at this bottle, a question arises, is the bottle half full or half empty? Though the state of the bottle remains same, the outlook of those who see the bottle changes as the way they perceived it. Some might say the bottle is half full, some might say the bottle is half empty. But both the opinions are correct, and we wouldn't want to debate on this right now. So there are people who see things for as they are. There are some who see things as they believe, and others who see things as they have seen them before. So many viewpoints, so many conflicts and disagreements around the topic for the same outcome. So before coming to Smart Club, I had a certain perception, a very different perception about this place, about this platform. But once I came here, I got the perspective about how it actually works. If I had never come here, if I had never been to this place, then my perception would be the reality for me. In the world where perception is more real than the actual reality, there comes the problem of understanding one another. So how do you form a perspective and observe one's perspective to see beyond it and get to the reality is all that matters. We all have a certain perception about ourselves, the way we speak, the way we execute our speeches. But why do we think we have commentators, grammarians, and timekeepers here? It is because we get to analyze ourselves through their perspective, and that's important. So let me give you an example of current scenario. When I am speaking, or when any of the speakers are speaking in whichever topic, you guys are observing us, you're holding the information, paying attention to the content, and retaining the content in your head. And that's when you're gaining a perspective. But how you perceive a thing determines how you receive a thing, and that becomes your perception. So having said that, by the end of the session, when all the speeches are delivered, our OCA, who is from a different background, who has heard hundreds of speakers speaking, who has much more experience knowing what is good, she gives us her constructive feedback. That's when she has the advantage, because she has the perspective. When we are able to take someone else's point of view, we get to realize our strengths and weaknesses. This is how we learn to acknowledge and respect others' feelings. The nice thing about this skill is in how it allows us to explore the current situation or the situation that has happened and support us in the upcoming decision making. I believe it is important to know the significant difference between perspective and perception, because your perspective and perception plays a huge role in how you operate in this world, how you perceive a thing, how you perceive your problems, your time and knowledge. That can make a huge difference on how you act on a particular situation. So nobody in this world is thinking about the world through your eyes, but if you can see the world from someone else's eyes, then you have the advantage because you have the perspective. Thank you.